Hey loves, so I wanted to come and do this client tutorial for you guys. You guys love these, so I was doing like a soft gold eye with a dark vampy lip. So let's go ahead and get straight into this look. Alright you guys, so first I'm going to start off with the brows. Now off camera I did go ahead and prep and prime her skin, and I will leave everything down below. I'm taking the spike brow pencil. Now my client actually has literally no brow hair, so it was just really easy for me pretty much just to kind of get the shape of a brow. So with her, I feel like with any client that doesn't have like a full brow or is missing hair, you definitely can kind of wing it. And just kind of draw whatever you want to draw to make it look good and fit their eye shape. And so because she did wear sculpted brows anyway, I just decided to go ahead and, do my thing on my client. I love the way the brows came out. I could have probably actually feathered it a little bit more in the front, but I actually like them. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of concealer, but I'm using foundation in the place of concealer to conceal the brows and shape them more. And then I'm going to set that with the translucent powder from Laura Mercier. And then I'm going in my crease with a little bit of the reddish brown eyeshadow. I'm using a mixture of brown script as well as I believe this is Sahara Desert from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. And then I'm just going onto the lid to apply a base, and I'm also using a foundation to do that, just to kind of cut that crease the way I wanted it. Alright, so I'm taking this soft gold eyeshadow and I'm doing like a two-tone, and I'm applying that to the first half of the lid. Then on the second half I'm going to apply like a deep tone gold. And believe it or not, these were not eyeshadows that I was using. It was actually a glow palette from Makeup Addiction, and I really love these because you can add it on your cheeks for a highlight or even on the eyes, and I just like to use it. It's kind of multi-purpose. So I love when you can use products for different things. And then I'm going to go into the crease and just kind of add a little bit more definition. And I'm just adding a chocolate brown in the crease as well, more so focusing it on the outer edges. Alright, so next I'm going to add my liner, and I'm using Inglot Gel Liner. I will leave a link down below. This has become one of my favorites, especially for my clients. I will not use anything else anymore because it's super dark and it glides on so smooth. And then I'm just taking a black pencil to add underneath the lower lash line, which this one is not my favorite liner, so I'm definitely going to have to go back to MAC to pick up my favorite one. And then I'm just taking a pair of lashes and applying those. Now I didn't want to go too full for my client because she doesn't have any lashes really, and so I did want to keep it as natural as possible but still giving her some glam. Now for the face, I'm mixing two foundations. So what I did was I took a little bit of NC50 because it does have a little bit of warmth in it, but I also am mixing it with a little bit of the NW45 because with women of color we tend to have a variation of cool and warmth in the skin, and I feel like I wanted to go ahead and balance that out. And so right now I'm using a little bit of a highlight, and this is actually a cream foundation that I love to highlight with. And so I'm using a foundation called Caramel from Graftobian. Now for the contour, I'm using the Warm palette from Graftobian, and I'm just going to contour the face. Now I just took like just a deep warm toned foundation to apply for the contour, because I noticed that the more that I'm developing my craft, I'm loving a warmer type of contour. Like I don't want it to be dull, I want it to bring some life to the skin. So that's what I have been going for. Alright, so I'm going to set the concealer, and I'm using a little bit of SACHA Cosmetics Buttercup. I will leave a link down below. Make sure you guys check out my coupon code to save you a little bit of money. And then I'm going to contour the face using my Graftobian sculpting powder. And this is just a regular face powder, but I just used a darker one than her skin complexion. Then I'm going to go ahead and contour that nose with a blending brush. And then the blush that I'm actually going to use for my client is actually Sweet as Cocoa, which is one of my favorites. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and set her face. And I am just using a powder that is her skin tone from our Graftobian palette. And I'm going to go in and just kind of shake off the excess powder underneath the eyes that I did set. I just kind of lightly do that. And I use a lighter powder when I am focusing on those areas. So for the highlight, I'm using the, not Graftobian palette, I'm sorry, the Makeup Addiction palette. And this is the Glow 1 palette. And then I'm going to go into the lips. The lips, I'm taking Nightmoth lip liner. And I'm going to apply that all over the lips. I'm sorry, just to line the lips. Alright, then next I'm going to apply High Drama to the lips because she wanted a dark lip. And so I am using a lip blush, a lip brush to apply this color. I love using a lip brush when applying clients' lip color because it turns out so perfect. And so I'm just getting the intensity that I want just to make sure that there are no light spots on the lips. And yeah, so this is pretty much the look. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up her lip with a little bit of foundation around it just to make sure it's a clean, you know, and there's no lines that are really messed up. Alright, so I'm going to hydrate her skin with a little bit of Fix Plus. I did notice that, you know, she wasn't an oily type of individual. She did have a little bit of dryness going on. So just wanted to add a little bit of moisture into her skin. And then you are actually going to see me kind of define the crease a little bit more. Alright, and so this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not for more future videos. And you guys, I will see you all in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye.